Hello and welcome to Bags of Action. My name's Steve and this is a 5-minute review of Ava from 2020. The film is directed by Tate Taylor, it was written by Matthew Newton, and has an all-star cast with Jessica Chastain in the lead, John Malkovich, you have Colin, Geena Davis, Ewan Grifford, and of course Colin Farrell. The film begins with Jessica Chastain's character Ava picking up someone from the airport and questioning him about the things he's done before assassinating him to try and work out why he's been targeted. Receiving no satisfactory answers, she does the job anyway and moves on. What we then get in the credits is something I really like. You get a lot of recapping of stuff that we haven't been told, but it shows us in very quick cuts that we can see that her character Ava was in the army. She exceeded and did very, very well. Then she got taken out of the army, honorably discharged. There was problems with substance abuse and so on. But then she got hired by a company to go out and assassinate people, and she's got 40 confirmed kills. And it does this all within 30 seconds or a minute of the credits. So you're not actually watching the names flashing up on screen. You're trying to absorb all of this information that gives you a lot of backstory. So that was really, really cool. There are a lot of things about this film that I really like, but unfortunately it doesn't add up. So let's start with the positives. The cast is amazing, absolutely brilliant. They all do really, really well. However, the script is quite ordinary and mundane at times, and it really struggles given the seriousness of what they are dealing with. And that's the other thing, there's almost no humour in this at all. If you look at a similar film, something like John Wick or Peppermint, both for big vehicles of big-name actors, there's humour in both of them. In this, there's no tongue-in-cheek, there's no smiles, there's obviously no breaking the fourth wall. It's very, very serious. And I think in some ways that's a detriment to the film and the actors because it doesn't allow them to have a rounded performance. They're just very sour-faced throughout. Ava is a character who's difficult to like. She has a lot of personal problems. She's had issues in the past. John Malkovich's character Duke is this sort of father figure and mentor to her who helps her with controlling her substance abuse, but also in the past he's got her out of trouble and he gives her jobs and he's someone that she trusts. She doesn't seem to have many friends or family, but then she comes back after 8 years of having been away and reconnects with her family, her sister, her mother, played by Geena Davis, and Colin, who's her sister's boyfriend. The film then tries to walk a very difficult line because you've got this social drama with issues related to her sister, her sort of brother-in-law and her mother. There's lots of underlying issues, but at the same time you also have this action drama, this kind of John Wick spy type thing where she's sent on missions, it's not a spoiler to say that, to go and kill people. Things go wrong, repercussions, what happens, next job, what's going on. And so all of these two things are mixing together. I understand the theory behind it. The practice is probably to make her a more rounded character, to make it more relatable, so she's not just someone going out and blasting people away, and then we don't see any kind of who she is, and that's fine, except that the character isn't someone that you particularly like, so it's hard to root for her. There are some really interesting moments and quite emotional scenes. There's a brilliant scene between Jessica Chastain and Geena Davis, who plays her mother. They have this awful relationship, they don't get on, and it all comes to a head at one point in the film. And what happens in that scene has very little bearing on the actual overall structure of the film from a relationship standpoint. It's fascinating and it's brilliant acting from both of them. You believe absolutely these two women have known each other for years and they have this awful, layered and complicated relationship. John Malkovich doesn't really have a lot to do in this film. He's mostly wasted. We know that he's a fantastic actor, and yet the script doesn't allow him to stretch very much. He seems to be very one note, but that's because of the material. Colin Farrell has a bit more to do, but there again, I know he's a brilliant actor, but he seems to be chewing the furniture in this one. It really doesn't seem to suit him. Maybe they just wanted someone with a big name to round out the cast. I don't know, but I wish in some ways the role had been slightly different for him. Ewan Grifford has one scene and he's completely wasted. There again, great talent, small part. And Colin, I've been watching him for years in films and also in Hell on Wheels. Really, really good. Doesn't have a lot to do. So the only people that really have some meaty scenes are Jessica Chastain, who's the lead, and of course Geena Davis, but she doesn't have a lot. The film has a very lean runtime. It's about 1 hour 30, and in a way, I wish it had been more, or that the structure of the film had been quite different. It had been either a straight drama, where she's come off a job, we don't really see what's been going on, and we see the realities of having been away from home, gone to war, come back damaged from it, and it's all about that side. Or they'd made it just a straight kind of action thriller, a John Wick, shoot 'em up, lots of high octane action, really cool things, and fast cuts and martial arts, which there is a bit of that in this film. There again, this film kind of falls between those two stools, and so it doesn't really do it very, very well. The script definitely needed some work. You could have had much smaller people in the various roles apart from the lead, and it would have been just the same. I don't know, I just saw this on Netflix, saw that it was a brand new film and thought, okay, brilliant cast, I'll give it a go, and came away fairly disappointed because I was expecting so much more. The fight choreography is good, some of the set pieces are interesting, lovely locations and that sort of thing, but I don't know, it just didn't really grip me, and I'd hoped for a very different film, and as I said, it fell between two different stools of action and drama and didn't really satisfy either itch. So for all of those reasons, I'm going to give Ava a very generous 3 out of 5 and say it's okay, it's probably worth seeing, but it's not really going to stick with you. And if this was supposed to be the start of a franchise or some kind of vehicle for the future for Jessica Chastain, I just don't see it happening because I don't think it has the potential to uncover much more about her character. So, have you seen Ava? If so, get in touch and let us know. You can contact us in all of the usual ways. We're on email, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this. If you like what we do, you can support us on Ko-fi. We have new episodes coming out every week, and thanks for listening.